Hey everyone, how are you? We are going to talk about your soul's purpose, which definitely got a lot of intense response when I asked, what is your soul's purpose? So I'm going to give it a few minutes for people to show up because this is a very, very heavy topic. And we also have a free gift for you. So if you put soul in the comments below, you're going to get a free gift. So I'm going to talk about your soul's purpose and why it's more important to be aligned than to know your purpose. So this, like I said, this topic got a lot of heat when I asked the question, what is your soul's purpose, on my page? And I'm going to show you some of the comments. It was the first time ever that I posted a question that I actually felt some anger from some of the responses. I don't usually feel that. And I'm like, wow, people are really defiant about this question. Do you know what your purpose is? People are really like, it's such a topic that pisses people off, it excites people, scares people, upsets people, angers people. It's got a lot in there. So I was like, oh, this is going to be a good topic to talk about today. So you can answer right away below. Do you know what your purpose is? Do you know what your purpose is? And trust me, what I'm going to share with you is going to shock you. It's not going to be the thing that you're expecting. Trust me. So I want to know first, do you know what your purpose is? Do you know what your soul's purpose is? And like I said, I want to give it a little time right now because this is such a hot topic. I want to give it a little time till people come join us. So in the meantime, I'm going to show you this Facebook post as you tell me if you know what your soul's purpose is. So I'm looking for Facebook, right? That's it. Share. I'm going to share something on the screen. So let's show this in stream. Let's move me down below. Wait, move me. So let me take the text away. But if you put in soul, you're all going to get that special present that I have for you. Okay, so this is the little, do you know what your purpose is? The question that I asked. And I thought it was so fascinating. Actually, you know what we'll do? We'll open it in a bigger window. Let's see if that shows up. Yeah, there it goes. So it was so fascinating, the answers, because I could feel like I know what a topic this is for people. I know when I ask somebody about their purpose or they've been told what their purpose is. And this is such, like I said, a hot topic. So for those of you who are just joining, because I'm getting people on, I'm letting people join, put in the word soul, because you're going to have, going to get a great gift for your soul. Okay, so I don't think that you can read this on the screen, but you can go to my page and read it. But so I asked people, do you know what your purpose is? So how does that make you feel, me asking all of you, what is your purpose? So I love Marianne said, my purpose is to live this life at the fullest and help wherever I can. Peggy was like, I believe it's to be the best me possible. I love these answers. This is great. Guy is like, it's not important to know what your purpose is. Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. What is important is to live it, exclamation point. And I'm like, yeah, Guy, this is why I'm teaching this. Guy's in my program, so he will probably know this anyway. But it was like funny because it's like, wow, this is such a hot topic. And then Ashley is like, my purpose is to live in the moment and stop worrying my purpose is. And of course, Ashley's probably not angry, but I was like, all right, Ashley, way to go. And Guy is like, you got it. And she's like, just what I've come to gather. And this is true. This is very true. So here's the thing. I'm going to keep going down because I'm going to teach you some things about why it's more important to be aligned with your soul than it is to know your soul's purpose. That's the topic of this conversation. So Jamie says, angels told, I think it's a she or a he, told me when I was a kid. So great. Susan's like, nope. Honestly, I'm giving up trying to find it out. Don't do that. Don't do that. Shane is, I'm always the healer when it comes to people and animals. Great. It's a little more bubbly, which I like. It's got a little more like room to grow. You want a purpose that gives you room to grow. Being happy and seeing beauty everywhere. I love that. I think that's great. Nope. Just when I think I do, I don't. She's got squirrel brain. Squirrel brain. All right. How many of you can relate to this? How many of you can relate to the struggle of struggling with your purpose? What is my soul's purpose? What is my soul's purpose? What is it? I can't tell you how many people have come to me and they've said, when I used to do readings, this reader told me I'm a healer and I don't know what to do. And they get frozen like a deer in the headlights. Because all of a sudden they've been told by an oracle or somebody more powerful than them that they're a healer. And it resonates with them, but they don't know what that means. How many of you had that experience? And I have to say, whenever I hear that, it pisses me off. Because what happens to the person is they become like frozen. They're so afraid to make a decision. So there's 4 things that can happen to you when you're trying to get into your purpose and you hear what you think it may be. You, 1, run like hell. I don't know if I want that. 2, you get frozen in the headlights. I don't know what to do. What kind of healer? What do you mean? Theta? Matrix? Energetics? What kind of healer am I? I can't make a decision. Or you get, yeah, I'll deal with this later. I can't deal with this now. This is freaking me out. And you get distracted and go on social media. And there's another one, and I can't remember what it is. There's run, frozen, distracted, and there's another one. So I'm here to tell you that it's more important to be aligned with your soul than to know what your soul's purpose is. And I can't stress this enough, because if you think you only have one purpose in this world, you're friggin' nuts. Okay? And if you do, that one purpose could be being of service. But that's a huge umbrella, being of service. Being a healer is a huge umbrella. It can mean many things. Being aligned with your soul is the most important thing that you can do for yourself. So I want to check in with you guys. I want to hear what you think. The first question I have for you is, when you ask yourself, when you're like, how many of you know what your purpose is? How many of you know what your purpose is? So give me that first answer right now. Tell me how many of you know what your purpose is. And I'm going to read some of the responses. And in the meantime, I'm going to put up my name up here and type in the word soul. You get a gift. There you go. Whoops. Oh, it didn't do it. I show. Okay, there you go. All right. So, yes, to be in soul alignment, Sandra. Yay, yay, yay. To live a life of childlike wonder and follow joy, whatever it is resonates, divine's wish for me, for us. Healer on some level, Mary says. I believe it's to be a caretaker. Jackie, okay. All right. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. And if you're stuck, don't worry. I'm going to help you. Lily says communication. Okay. If you're a soul star, remember to put soul star in. Caretaker of children, protector of animals. Beautiful, Marlene. I love that. Felicia said soul. So I think because she's a soul star. Felicia doesn't know. Love that answer. To be and show love. Beautiful, Sue. I love that. This is great. To be and show love. Okay. Hi. Oh, everybody's putting soul in, right? Because that's the gift. These Facebook Lives are fascinating. Okay. So what I find, so the person that would come to me and they would say, this reader told me I'm a healer and I don't know what to do. And they would be frozen like the deer in the headlights. You guys, it's more important to be aligned with your soul than it is to know your purpose. Do you know what I mean when I say that? Do you understand why that is? So I'm going to tell you some stories, and then we're going to get aligned with your soul so you could start figuring out your purpose. Because your purpose is so much more than just one thing. Your purpose in life may be being of service to others. That might be all of our purposes. But how we do it is based on what gives us joy, what our life experience have been, what has transformed us. We want to transform others. So many people get very stuck on what their purpose is, and they're viewing it from the outside in, not from the inside out. Instead, if you focused on being aligned with your soul and what that meant to you, your purpose just comes out of it. It just naturally gets born out of it. And then before you know it, you find yourself doing what you're meant to be doing without any chaos, without any kind of, it just feels right. You ever have that moment where it just feels right? Everything just works out. So type in the word soul and you're going to get your gift. And I want to talk to you a little bit about being soul aligned and why this is so important. And you're going to get one of the best gifts that my guides ever gave me when you type in the word soul. So when I was younger, when I was about 5 years old, everybody right now, I want you to think about when you were younger, what you wanted to be. Put it in the things, because I'm going to help you all right now to figure out your purpose. Even though I don't like the word purpose, I want you to put in the comments below, when you were like 5 years old, 3 years old, maybe 7 years old, what did you want to be? What did you want to be when you were younger? So when I was 5 years old, I wanted to be an actress. And I remember walking down the street, and I remember my mother's friend, Carol Benaric, she's probably not around anymore, so hopefully I can say her name. And she said to me, and she was the sweetest woman. I still have very fond memories of her. She took care of me, and she was so sweet. I really liked her. She had this beautiful brown hair clipped in the back with these big clips. And she said to me, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I said, well, I want to be an actress. And she laughed. And being the sensitive child that I was, and the psychic that I already was, but didn't know it, I heard, you can't do that. That's impossible. You're this poor kid from Brooklyn. Your parents are divorced. You're struggling. How could you possibly do that? That's only for the special people. So I felt and heard all of that. And I thought, in my little defiant 5-year-old way, I'm going to be an actress. So when I got older, I continued on my wanting to be an actress, but nobody really listened. So I decided to go to college and study accounting. Yeah, because they're so similar. Right? Accounting, acting, A's. They both have A's. Maybe that's why. So I was in accounting, not doing very well, basically failing. And I sat down with my brother, and my brother said, what are you doing? And he's like, you're not an accountant. Go study television communications. That's what you should do. I didn't even know that existed. So I went and studied TV communication, and I enjoyed it, had fun. It was great. Did an internship at MTV. And got hired by MTV as soon as I graduated college. Before I even graduated, I got hired. So there I was in a career at television, working behind the scenes, won an Emmy at NBC, and was doing really, really well in my career. Okay, so here's the next part. How many of you, what was the first career you had? What was the first career you had? So put that in now. What was your first career? So I'm in television production, and I'm having a great time. Working for MTV was great. I worked for Fox News before it was really Fox News. We were actually the initiating Fox News thing. Left that, and no political statements, please. That's not why I'm saying it. I just didn't have a good time there. I will delete them. We don't talk politics here. And I then went into NBC Olympics. They were very good to me. And I was in therapy at that time because I was so unhappy. I had this incredible job. They were so good to me. And I was closing my door every single day crying. And I went to therapy. And the therapist said, what did you want to be when you were younger? And I was like, a talk show host. I said actress, talk show host. I wanted to help teenage moms, blah, 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 blah. I don't remember the whole list. I wish I had it. And she told me to go to acting classes, improv classes, because I was struggling with my self-confidence. So I was done with acting. I was already succeeding in my television production career, even though I was miserable. Why would you leave that? You're already making a ton of money, living in Soho, Manhattan, doing really well. They love you. And I started taking improv classes, and I was having an incredible time and really enjoying it. And I remember this guy, we were out to dinner one night, and there was a bunch of people, acting class, and he was like, well, why are you taking classes? And I was like, I don't know, maybe I'll do commercials. He was so offended. He's like, you're taking these acting classes to do commercials? And I was like, who cares? I don't know. I'm just here. But I got bit, and I realized I wanted to be an actress. So I started studying seriously. And then I became an actress. I became a lead in an off-Broadway play, did some independent films, and fell in love with it. Loved it, loved it, loved it. I was doing a movie in the Jersey Shore. It was bitter cold. I was in a bikini, and I was coming out of the ocean crawling in the sand, and it was freezing. I was getting pelted in the face with sand. And I was like, I love this. But then it started making me unhappy. How many of you in a career that is making you unhappy? How many of you in a career that's making you unhappy? Now tell me that. So I realized I wasn't happy. And all these crazy things started happening to me. A lot of you don't know the stories about when I became a medium. I'm going to share them on my podcast, which is going to come out around Halloween. And one of the first things that happened to me, a lot of things happened to me, but one of the first things that happened to me were the kids who did the killing in Columbine, the kids that shot the kids. They showed up at the foot of my bed. And I was like, why are they here? And I was really scared. And then I was in Manhattan during 9/11, and the pilots that flew the plane were at the end of my bed with blood all over them. And I was like, why are they at the end of my bed? And I kept hearing my name called, and I kept hearing whispering. And then I started getting locked in rooms. Yes, literally locked in rooms. And all this crazy stuff started happening to me. And I walked into a door and I got 7 stitches in my head. And I went to see a psychic, and I said, all these door things are happening. It's a much longer story that I'll share on my podcast. And she said, the dead are trying to reach you. Now, you go to a psychic reading to find out about the love of your life, kids you're going to have, whatever it is. I was not expecting to hear the dead are trying to reach me, that I need to see a medium. So I went and found a medium, and she said, the minute she walked in, she's like, you're a medium. And I was like, oh my goodness. And the floodgates opened, and it scared the crap out of me. But I started studying. And as I started studying, my soul completely opened up. And I started teaching, and I started doing readings for free. And I just was in love with it. Absolutely in love. And I was working on a murder case, a Hollywood murder case that came to me. That's going to be a story on that on my podcast. It's a very, very great, it's a great story. And I was supposed to leave to go on a film. And I was like, I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave. I just want to work on this murder case. I just want to work with my guides. I just want to be with my spirit guides. And then so I knew I didn't want to act anymore. So I went to the thing and I finished that film, and they were like, do you want to do more? And I was like, no. Called up my commercial agent, said, thank you very much. Don't want anything to do with this anymore. Took back all my headshots, and I became a full-time medium. And I've never looked back. But in my career, I was doing readings, booked 6 months in advance. I would not be booked a year in advance. I just couldn't handle that kind of commitment. So I had a 6 months in advance booked waiting list, classes filled all the time, and decided I didn't want to do readings anymore for this exact reason. Because you go to readers and you get told what your purpose is, and then you don't know where the fuck to go. You don't know what to do. You feel powerless. So I was tired of people feeling powerless and expecting someone else to give them the answers. And I wanted to render everybody powerful. I wanted everybody to learn how to do it for themselves. So I created 2 programs, Membership for Your Soul and Soul Finder Academy, and other digital programs. And I've never looked back. I love teaching. I don't do readings anymore, only for people in my programs. So all of that is soul alignment. None of that is purpose. It's all purpose, but not one specific purpose. The main purpose you would say in that is fulfilling my heart, fulfilling my soul, living in joy, being happy, being connected to God, living in inspiration, living in creativity, living in freedom. That's my purpose, to experience the fullest extent of myself, of why I'm here. And then alignment is everything I get to do, everything. So what I want to ask you is, again, you told me what you used to want to do and now what you're doing. But what do you enjoy doing? What is the main thing that you enjoy doing? Like, I knew every single thing I did, I didn't do with a career in mind. I decided to take television communications in college because I didn't know what else to do. I was lost. Enjoyed it, interned at MTV, stayed in touch with them, got a job. I took improv classes to get out of my insecurity. Enjoyed it, became an actress. I started studying about psychic ability because I was literally getting locked in rooms. Enjoyed it, opened up to my mediumship. So what is your joy? What is it that you love to do? Now tell me that, because that is your purpose. That is the most important thing. And what you do with it is a combination of your joy, your life experience, and what you want to give, what you love. That's the combination of what you want to do. So I want to hear now, What is your joy? What is your joy? What is your joy? And for those of you, I forgot to say this, I do these Facebook Lives and I forget to say so many things. I'm doing this thing called the SAS Experience the week of October 12th. The SAS Experience is an application-only invite. So you have to fill out the application and not everybody's going to get accepted to it. It's a free week experience where you're going to go through the SAS pillars. So you're going to go through a whole live experience with me for free, where you're going to learn about your subconscious thinking that is keeping you from your life's purpose. You're going to learn who you are, alignment with your soul. That's the A, alignment with your soul. You're going to learn who you are, remember who you are. You're going to go into soul ignition, which is igniting your soul, doing what you love to do. And then the last S is synchronicity. Synchronicity. That's when the universe is like, I finally got it. I know what she enjoys. I'm going to give her opportunities. I'm going to give her messages. I'm going to give her experiences that line up with her soul. And then you're in soul alignment. And then you're creating from that place. You're creating a career that you're not doing this at the end of the night. When am I going to get out of here? You're doing this. So Jackie says she's trying to figure it out. So let's play. I already had some of you tell me what you wanted to be, but I don't know who's still live on this. So I'm going to redo this because I didn't know. I always channel as I go, so it's very hard sometimes. That's why you'll see when I teach in my courses, it's more systematic because I outline it. When I do these Facebook Lives, I kind of just show up. When I do my Q&As and I'm doing readings with my groups, I'm just channeling and showing up. So forgive me, sometimes they're a little blah. Okay, so let's do it all in one comment, okay? Everybody close their eyes and breathe into that part of you that knows exactly why you're here. So you may not know where that is inside of you. So you just pick the place. You don't wait for spirit to show you. You choose it. So I want you to just close your eyes and breathe into the part of you, inside of you, that knows exactly why you're here. Why you're here on this planet at this time in the year 2020 and on, why you were here in the past, why you're going into the future. Just take some really expansive breaths, owning this wisdom inside of you. And just breathe into it. You're breathing into the part of you that knows exactly why you're here. And I want you to see it as a light. It's almost like a little flickering flame on a candle. It could be something different for you, and that's totally fine. I usually give a description just in case. And as you breathe into it, you're just making it light up your whole insides, your whole heart. It's lighting up all your chakras. It's lighting up your throat. It's lighting up your face. It's lighting up your legs for movement. It's lighting up your hands to do things. You're just breathing in and becoming this light. Even if you don't know what it is, why you're here, you are unconsciously saying right now to the universe, to spirit, to yourself, I know there's a part of me that knows exactly why I'm here. And trust me, you do. You don't need a medium or a reader to tell you. They can help you find the way. They can give you tools and techniques, but you have to be the master of your destiny. I'm putting you in the driver's seat of your life. Now, I want you, don't open your eyes yet, to think back to what you wanted to be when you were younger. What you wanted to be when you were younger. And whatever you wanted to be when you were younger, what were 3 character traits that profession had? Like if I wanted to be an actress, what were 3 character traits? Well, I'd get to perform and make people laugh and happy. I would get to tell stories and be the stories. I'd get to be somebody else and experience different emotions, different feelings. So what are 3 experiences, basically that's a better way of saying, that profession had that you thought it would give you? So if you wanted to be a teacher, you'd be able to help kids learn. What are the 3 character traits that profession, when you were younger, that you wanted to be? What were the 3 things that they had? 3 really important things. Just take a moment now and think about it. Like, I'm going to say this real quick just because I'm not explaining it well. I wanted to make people laugh. I wanted to be seen. and I wanted to express emotions in a safe way so that people could grow from my expression. So think about that right now. 3 character traits. Okay. Now I want you to think about who you are today and if any of this is existing in your life. Any of the 3 are existing in your life. So for me, I love motivating people through story. I love helping people experience their emotional life and not making it wrong. I don't care that much about being seen the way I used to need to be seen. So it's a little different. Now come back to me, breathe back into that light that you initially took your breaths in. And before you open your eyes, think about something right now that gives you joy. It could be just listening to spiritual teachers. It could be listening to a podcast. It could be walking your dog. Do not make it big. Do not make it grand if it's not. Just let it be simple. What is the one thing right now in your life that you truly love learning and doing? What is the one thing right now that you truly love learning and doing? Okay. Now open your eyes, and I want you to tell me what you want it to be, what the character traits were, and what you enjoy doing today. And I'm going to give you an understanding, some of you, of what your purpose is. Okay. So I'm going to give you a little bit of that. So you're going to write down the 3 things, your character traits, but write it all in one post. The 3 character traits that thing had, and then the what you want it to be, the 3 character traits. Here, let me write this down. What you want it to be, the 3 character traits, and the piece of what makes you joyful. I'm not going to worry about punctuation, okay? There it is. All right. So Mary did it. And I'm going to go to her in a second. Yeah, wanted to be a writer isn't enough. So I'm assuming you joined late and you didn't tell me the 3 reasons why you wanted to be a writer and what gives you joy today. So it's, what did you want to be? I wanted to be an actress back when I was younger. Don't care about it anymore. Why did I want to do that? Because I like motivating people through story. I like having people feel their truth, their emotions, and I wanted to be seen back then. Okay. What brings me joy today? Motivating people through story. I'm already doing what I love to do. So I wanted to help you get there. So Mary knows how this works because she's a soul star. So she said, be a leader, to be confident in sharing my story of healing to inspire others, helping people heal and live their best life, reclaim their power. So Mary, I know because she's in Membership for Your Soul. And she said, Reiki sessions make me joyful, facilitating healing people. So Mary, that is your alignment. That's exactly your alignment. And that's what you're meant to be doing for a career, as you know. It's everything you just stated. And when it gets into marketing material, that's what you want to talk about. Why, the first thing you said, why it was so important was to share your story to inspire others, because you healed yourself and then you want to inspire others to heal them, or whatever you healed inside of yourself. You want to inspire others to do the same, to reclaim their power. So you would talk about what it is that excites you, and then that's what you would share with other people. Okay, I'm going to get some more. And for those of you just joining, put the word soul in so that you can get my free gift and get invited to my 5-day SAS experience extravaganza. But you have to fill out the application, and not everybody's going to be accepted. Jacqueline says, I wanted to be a pediatrician. They helped kids feel safe and stay happy and healthy. I adopted 4 kids to help them do that. That's wonderful. So Jacqueline, what is it that gives you joy today? What is it that gives you joy today that maybe you want to do or haven't been doing? Think about that. And how is it aligned with these traits? How is it aligned with what you're doing? Patty, you keep telling me you enjoy exercising, but it doesn't tell me anything. So why do you enjoy exercising? What about it do you enjoy? What makes you really excited? Because there might be a career in that is aligned with your soul. But just telling me you enjoy exercising does not give me enough information for me to be able to help you to find where your purpose is in that. So remember those questions that I shared. So Sandy said, teacher, help kids learn, make a difference in people's life, be a role model. Spending time with my grandkids brings me joy. Great. So teaching, making a difference in people's life is a huge thing for you, Sandy. And you're making a difference in your grandkids' life and being a role model. Now, I don't know if you want to build a career, but if you wanted to build a career, you would want to build it around sharing stories that allows people to see you as a role model, that allows people to maybe make great integral choices, or to be honest, or live in authenticity, or live an organic life. You may want to share things with grandmothers on how they can be the role model in their grandkids' life. Because I know a lot of grandmothers feel like, I didn't get to do this right with my kids because I was nervous, but now I can do it with my grandchildren. So there might be a career in there, if you were looking for one, for you to help other grandparents to be the role models they wanted to be. Like, life is not over when you're a grandmother. This whole new arena is opening up. And maybe it's just helping grandparents how to maybe get over the guilt of what they did with their own kids, and then doing something miraculous with the generations now. So it's sharing that. So there, for me, I can just look at that and I could say, if Sandy was building a career or wanted to build, doesn't even have to be a career, just could be how you're spending your time. Could be gathering local grandparents, doing a Zoom call. Let's talk about how we can help the kids. Their parents are overwhelmed with homeschooling them right now. Let's help these kids be the next healers, the next generation. Let me know if you agree with that, Sandy, and if that helps you. Okay. Let's see another one. So what we're talking about here is, what I'm trying to share with you is, soul purpose is not important. Get it out of your head. Being aligned with your soul is. That is what creates purpose in your life. When you're aligned with your soul, you're living a purposeful life. And then the universe knows what it is you want. So many of you wonder why things are going awry in your life. And it's because the universe is like, I don't know what the heck she wants. I don't know what he wants. He's all over the place. He wants this, he wants that, and then he's mad at this, and he's mad at that, or he thinks that he should have this in his bank account when he really doesn't want to be doing that, or he's working at this job and he can't stand that. And then the universe is like, I'm just going to keep giving them what they keep asking for, which is what they don't want. When you're aligned with your soul, you know what you want. And the universe is like, got it. Here you go. And then they start responding. So if you type in the word soul, you're going to get a free gift, which is my souls list, which is life-changing. The souls list was life-changing for me. And then you're going to get an application to come join my SAS experience that we're doing the week of October 12th. It's a free week-long experience where you're going to go through the pillars of SAS, and you're going to learn how subconscious thinking is tripping you up and keeping you out of alignment. You're going to learn from the A in SAS how to get aligned with your soul, remembering who you are. You're going to learn from the second S, which is the third letter from SAS, how to ignite your soul, because that's important. You got to ignite the light in your soul and live it. And then the last S is synchronicity. So you're going to get invited to this week-long thing that you have to fill an application for. Not everybody's going to get in because we're keeping the group small. So if you don't get in this time, you may get in another time. Okay. So let me grab some more of these. Let's grab another one. And Sandy, let me know if that made sense to you. Emma. Okay, so Emma says, musician, respected, provide peace to others and light to the world. What gives me joy today is soaking up knowledge, listening to lectures about psychology. Okay, so this is great. Providing peace to others and light to the world, and you're studying things about psychology. But we don't want to forget that music makes you really, really happy, right? So there is something in you that combines all of these things that will bring peace and understanding to people. So it could be, we had somebody on, can't remember his name, on membership for your soul. He was a musician with light. He did light work. Jim something. I can't remember his name. Very sweet man. So there could be something where you're doing music, and in the music there could be some dialogue, some speaking, some storytelling. And through that, it's a psychological lesson for the person to grow and expand. It could be something that they close their eyes, could be a moving meditation that is opening them up to their own things that they have to heal in their own psychology, that frees them up and allows them to be who they want to be. Music is the music and color, music and light, music and color is the language of our soul. Our soul is not in words, it's in vibration. And music and light, the way we understand it, is vibration. It speaks to our soul. So what you want to do is speak to the soul, but maybe what you want to do also is be very grounded in reality and speak to the psychology of the soul. What is keeping the person from being aligned with their soul? What is tripping them up? What psychology is happening that is keeping them from the light of their own being? So Emma, if you're still on, let me know if that resonates with you. Okay, let me take a couple more. And remember, put in soul and you're going to get a free gift. Okay, so Chris, I love this one. Chris says, wanted to be a vet, character trait, help animals, kind, compassionate, animals give me joy. So she wanted to be a vet. So she knew all along, maybe she didn't go to schooling, maybe she had kids, whatever happened, or maybe I'm pretty sure it's a she. So whatever it is, it doesn't matter. There's so much that you can do with animals right now. Animals give you joy. So I just gave an idea to somebody in Soul Finder Academy about what she could do with animals. It just comes to me. They always just come to me. So for you, it could be finding, writing stories or showing stories about animals, sharing compassion so that you can bring compassion into the world. It could be you writing stories about animals so that people can start becoming more compassionate and kind. I know kindness is a huge thing that parents teach their kids now, how to be kind to others. They're bringing kindness into schools. Maybe it's about you bringing certain animals into the school systems. My dog was a pet therapy dog, and showing kids how to be compassionate towards animals because they can be compassionate towards each other. You know, if you bring a big dog into a room full of kids, and I've done this with Micah because he was a pet therapy dog for Children's Hospital. So I used to bring him to the playground and all the kids would be on him. And they forget their own selves when they're with the dog. And they're communicating with each other and they're communicating with the dog, and it's relieving any kind of pressure that the kids are having at that moment. That's why during one of the tragedies with the kids in the schools, you know, the shootings in the school, they bring the animals in. They brought some animals in to calm the kids down. It's a very great thing. So there might be something about trauma work with animals. So there's so much here, or it might not, you don't even want that. You may just want to share the joy and the light. I don't know about you, but watching funny animal videos brings me happiness, and you may just want to be the facilitator of sharing it. So there's something here for you, Chris, of being of service, okay? So that's what I want to share with you. All right, let's see. Sandy said it definitely helps. Great, definitely helps. So Sandra's asking, how do we align with our soul? Great question. The way that you align with your soul is knowing what is joyful for you, what brings you joy. So last week I did a video, and if you find that, what was the keyword? You have to find the last video I did and put the keyword in. You'll get my 1 to 10 list, which is really, really good because that helps you to figure out what in your life is a 7 to 10, which is the great things in life, and what in your life is tapping your energy out. You have to bring consciousness to your day. And you have to be honest with yourself. You can't be in this place of, I can't change this. I'm limited. I'm a caretaker. I have all this stuff. I have compassion for all those things. So I'm not saying get over it, because some people are just caretakers or taking care of a responsibility that is very time consuming, but it doesn't mean we can't be aligned with our soul. It doesn't mean we can't find joy. So a large portion of your day may be 60% are those like 2 to 4 activities that are not fun. How do we bring joy to it? How do we bring more 7 to 10s in your life? When I did the 1 to 10 list with my guys, every night I would review my day and I would rate it, the events of my day from 1 to 10, 1 being the least fun, 10 being the most fun. And anything from 7 to 10, I had to pretty much bring into my day. And I did. So the 7 to 10s were getting a kiss from my dog, talking to the cashier at the grocery store, just taking a walk around the neighborhood. Very simple things that anybody can bring in if those are your 7 to 10s. Then today, if you put the word soul in, you're going to get my souls list. And the souls list truly, truly changed my life. That actually came before the 1 in 10. And it explains it in the video, everything that you need to do. And when you do things that your soul is asking you to do, which is simple stuff, could be you want to take a trip to Paris and you can't go to Paris right now, but you just look at pictures of the Eiffel Tower and that lights up your soul. You start aligning with your soul. And when you start aligning with your soul, you start saying no to things you no longer want to do. And you start finding solutions on how to say no to things. Because many people are operating in an existence that they think they can't say no. They have to accept what's given to them, but it's not true. And perception is everything. So say you're a caretaker. I was just talking to somebody in Soul Finder Academy who is a caretaker of parents. And I know that she has to do that. But she sneaks away time to feed her soul. And that helps support the moments that she's caretaking. And then she finds the joy in the caretaking because she's caretaking people that she loves. And then she's also able in those moments, think about it. You might be caretaking an elderly parent. It's very difficult. And then for 1 second, you look out the window and connect with the nature outside. That's a 10. So in 1 second, you can all shift your perception and the moment by doing something you love to do. For 1 second, if I'm having a bad day, I can go over to my dog and pet his little face, pet his big face because he's 114 pounds and the other one's 64 pounds, and he can lick my face and I'm in a 10. That's how you align with your soul. It's not as complicated as everybody thinks. Okay? All right. So this is great, Sandy. I have no problem with any of this. What I really want to do is help kids and widows deal with the loss of a loved one, showing them their life will be very different what they thought, but it can be better than you expected. Going through this myself. Sorry about that. So this is great. You're taking a life experience. You're taking being a role model. You're taking the things that you love to do, and you want to bring it to widows because you understand and you can speak their language and be there for them. Great. Okay. So make sure you type in soul so you all get my gift. And remember, you have to fill out an application and you'll get invited if you get accepted into my SAS experience. Okay, so Leslie says, I know I'm saying a lot of things, but I guess more so, I didn't see what else you said, Leslie. More so, I find the reason that autistic children are who they are and cure them. Major situation that hits me hard, just want to help them so much. I know there is more to why they are the way, chemicals, vaccines, too much of something. So, Leslie, what I would say to you, honey, is this is great. And what I say I have friends who have autistic children, and I say to people, and I know this in my heart, and I don't want to, this is my experience, this is my opinion, so I don't want to take away from anybody who's having that experience with an actual child that they're raising. But my feeling is these kids are the healers of our world. But the school systems and the medical systems don't yet know what to do for them to support them. They don't yet know how to recognize that an autistic child that is very sensitive to sound or lights, or they have these gifts that is very much needed in this world. Instead, they're looked at as a problem, and how do we facilitate them through our educational system, when instead we should be asking, I feel we should be asking, how can our educational system really support and grow and expand these gifts in these incredible kids that are here. So I love what you want to do, and I feel there's a need for it, and I feel that it's a great need. So this is what I'm talking about. This is when you're living in your joy spot and doing what you want to do, what you're passionate about, what Sandy said, what you said, what you're passionate about, what Mary said. It's not work. It's never work. My work is never work. When it starts becoming work, that's when I know I have to change my business. That's when I know I have to change my business model. And I do. I change my business model. So there you go. And she says, I agree. They have major gifts. I love that. And so do I. All right, so put in the word soul. I'm going to see if there's any more here, and you're going to be invited. You're going to get a free gift. I love this, Jerry. Jerry says, you're speaking about music and light is awesome. I find myself randomly dancing at home and listening to music. Beautiful, Jerry. I love that. Okay, let me see if I can grab another one. Oh, good. I love that. She said, wow, thank you, Marilyn. Jim is one of my guides. You've delivered a beautiful message to me. Appreciate it. I was meant to be here now. I'm so glad, Emma, that helped you. So glad. So glad. So I want to take another one. Let's take Kathy because she really filled it out. Hopefully Kathy's still on. She said, writer, hit send by, oh, right, because you kept hitting writer. Make people think, entertain people, paint a picture with words. I do none of this now. Kathy, are you still on? I hope you are. Although I tell a good story, I also wanted to be the president of the United States, be an artist. I'm a potter, a musician, and a farmer. I've done or am doing some of these things, not president, though. Guess anyone can be president. The bar has been set pretty low. No politics, please. Okay. So my community is mixed of many people, so I respect all opinions. So Kathy, what I love about this is you said you're doing none of it now, but then you said that you're a musician, you're a potter, you're a farmer, and you wanted to be a writer. And a writer is something, the reason why you do it is you want to make people think, you want to entertain people, and you want to paint a picture with words. So you can be the president of your world where you get to help people see things in a different light. You get to help people think about their consciousness or what they're doing. You get to entertain people through your stories or through your art or through your words. And you get to help them by telling them a good story. I think a lot of people learn by hearing stories, not hearing lectures. So that's why I like to share a lot of stories, especially in my personal programs. I share a lot of stories. I give them, they know what's going on in my life. They get a little bit more of the vulnerability of me because I know them really well. And I like sharing stories because I know I usually hear from them. The feedback is, oh, thank you. That really helped me. That motivated me when you went through blah, 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 blah. So I'm going to say to you that none of this you need to wait for. You can do this right now. And you can do all of the above. And being the president of the United States, right, we can be the president of our own world, which we are, of our own community, of our own experience. So what does it mean for you to be the president of your own experience? How can you lift up the consciousness of yourself and everybody around you? How can you bring people's awareness to certain things that you feel that maybe they need to be aware of? I'm very, that's what I'm going to say. So that's what I would say to you. Okay. So remember to put the word in soul and fill out, you're going to get a gift. You're going to get the souls list. And then you are going to get an application to come join my SAS experience, which is a free week-long experience, the second week in October. And it is, you're going to learn the pillars of SAS, which is my formula for aligning with your soul. So the first S is subconscious thinking. Second one is alignment with your soul. The A is alignment with soul. The next S is it's SAS, SASS. So first, subconscious thinking, alignment with your soul, soul ignition, and then synchronicity. So if you want to get included in that, fill out the application. And most importantly, what I want to share with you, I'm going to summarize this right now for all of you. I'm president of me and my world. Yes, Kathy, good. So basically, Kathy, don't stop. Do the writing now. We can all write right now. We don't need the outside world to say, I'm going to publish your book. You can self-publish. You can publish posts. You can publish a newsletter. You can go on any social media platform and be a writer right now. So there's nothing waiting. The only thing that's stopping you is you. The whole video that I did last week was all about the waiting game. Stop the waiting game. We are in a very powerful last quarter of our year of 2020. Make a decision to get in the driver's seat of your life and hit the gas pedal. Even if you don't know exactly where you're going, if you follow your joy, you will get to where you need to be. You will get to exactly where you're supposed to be. Don't worry about the end result. Instead, get in the driver's seat, say, I'm going to live my joy every single day, and hit that pedal, and you will be aligned with your soul. So the bottom line for all of you is I don't believe that you have just one purpose. I believe that it is more important to be aligned with our soul than it is to worry about what our purpose is, because our purpose comes out of our alignment. And your purpose is going to shift and change as you grow and expand. If you think you're only one thing, you're going to be pigeonholing yourself and trapping yourself in a career that may not speak to you 20 years from now. And I've seen this with many people. They get super excited, they get into a career, and then it starts becoming dull for them. And they feel handcuffed to that career because they spent all this time schooling and all this experience. What they don't realize is that career is a stepping stone to the next level of their expansion and their alignment. So don't worry about what your purpose is. Instead, write the word soul in and get in touch with your soul and start living your soul's list, your soul alignment. And when you start living in your soul alignment, your purpose comes to you. And your purpose is going to shift and change and expand and grow. And so will your alignment, but they will match up. And your alignment will support where you're going. So much so that when you're in a career, doing what you love to do and feeling completely aligned with it, now we're getting into the questions of Soul Finder Academy. What's my marketing message? Your marketing message is your truth, is your passion. It's what you love to do. So here it is again. You can think about what you used to want to be when you were younger. It's not too late. Pull out the reasons why you wanted to do it. See what still speaks to you today, and then do it today. So if you wanted to be a teacher and it was because you wanted to help people learn and grow, you still want to do that today. How can you help people learn and grow today with what you know today? And the most important thing that I'm going to share with you is your life experience is what you want to teach. Everything that you've been through is feeding your purpose. It's what's made you come into alignment. It's what's making you come into alignment. And your life experience, everything that you've been through, makes you unique to share your message, to share your tools, to share your guidance. So you don't want to negate any of your experiences. You want to recognize them as moments in time, character building moments in time for you to share your light with the world. So I just said a lot in there. And I would love to know your biggest takeaway. I would also love for you to share this video if you feel that it would be beneficial for other people. Definitely put in the word soul. And I will be seeing you next week. And I will summarize SAS next week. So I'm going to really take you through. I'm going to try to be a little bit more organized in my thinking. So I will take you through the SAS technique next week, just an abbreviated version to give you a feel what that SAS experience is going to be. So I look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you. Bye.